Hi Pep, just Jamie Jacks from The Guardian. I think you said in January that you might consider getting a new left-back in the summer, with or without Mendy recovering and playing well. I was just thinking about Zinchenko. Has he done anything maybe to change your view, playing at left-back? I mean,
I don't know what's going to happen. We are thinking the chance to find some play in that position, but I don't know. There are 3 or 4 positions I think you have to try to look for, and some ideas we have, but I don't know at the end it's going to happen, but is an option, to buy a left back.
Sorry, just on Mendy, is there any concern about his sort of long-term prognosis, his injuries he's had?
Today is still not fit.
I'm sorry?
Today is not fit.
But I mean, just long-term with him, is there any concern about his ability to, stand up to English football, the demands?
No, it's not about English football standard. It's the fact that he's not able to play. He's injured during 2 seasons, and we want to be.
So, given that, are you concerned in the future?
Yeah. When it happened 2 seasons, can happen 3. Yeah, definitely. So hopefully not. We work on that. He's working with that. But the truth is, we could use him a few games. That is the reality. So at the end, the strongest guys every day are there. So, and that is the truth. So that's why we are looking for maybe, for the next season.
David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. The next 2 Premier League games you played before Liverpool. So how important is it in terms of the title race for you to do your job, win the games, and ask questions of them in the process?
Yeah, when we were 7 points behind, and the question was quite similar, it's the same. We played before and after them. So if you want to be close to Liverpool, you have to win our games. So nothing changed the fact for you play before or later. Believe me, I think you have to win our games to be there, and try to. They can drop points.
Hi Pep, Jack Warren from the Mail. Just going back to what Jamie was saying about Mendy before. He was obviously on the bench on Wednesday. What's happened?
I didn't have many players. Believe me, we have with a lot of injuries. We have them plus because the last moment, Fabio woke up with a problem in his leg, and Philippe Salah and Mendy was there, and I bring him in the bench. But still is not perfect to play.
So on Wednesday, he was just there to make up the numbers. He was never going to.
No, I don't think so.
And just on Aguero, how impressed are you by him? Someone his age has been able to play so many games in a short period of time because you've been really short up front. And is there anything you're doing especially for his recovery after matches?
It's really good. So I know it's not easy to play a lot of games, and especially after Chelsea was so demanding. He ran incredible tough and fought against incredible defensively a structure like Chelsea they have, and was really not easy after 3 days. But I think his mood is good. He's happy, and when you feel good with your life, with your your profession, always you are not tired and go forward. But of course, tomorrow is the last game, and after we have 7 days, to recover well, to prepare the last 3 games before international break, and that's why tomorrow is an incredibly important game for us. Important, because we have time to recover our players, to the people who played a lot of minutes can rest, and after make the last 3, Watford, Schalke and Swansea before international break, and after we come back in April, the last run. So it's that's why tomorrow it's for our amount of gains in our legs and our minds in the last month, so it's so important.
Would you consider giving the players like 3 or 4 days off?
Of course. 3 or 4, no, too much.
2 or 3?
3 or 4 is too much. No possible. But 2, yeah. Especially for the manager.
Hi Pep, Sam Lee from Goal. You mentioned there's 3 or 4 positions you might be looking at for transfers. Would you be able to say which ones they are?
Well, we know holding midfielder. We're going to try, and another position we are thinking about. Yeah, it's still for us. Come on, I'm not going to tell you which positions, and I wanted to tell you which players. So
didn't expect the players. Okay. And
you have sources, so you're going to find it. So no problem.
I was just trying to make things a bit easier.
Yeah, sure.
It's busy this time of year. There's a lot of games. Jack asked about Aguero. obviously he scored a lot of goals this season, particularly recently. He always scores a lot of goals.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's rubbish, but he doesn't score many away from home. Do you have any particular reason for that? Are there fewer chances you create? Do you ask him to do a different job? I think this year he's got 3 goals away from home in the Premier League.
I didn't know it. Thank you for the detail. I think everybody feels better at home than away. So I prefer to play at Etihad than away. So everybody feels that. But I didn't know it. I will speak with him. So Sam told me that you have to improve scoring away, and I will try it. So
I thought you might have the answer.
No, the important, of course, he want to score away, and I don't know the reason why. Really, I don't know, because a guy like Sergio, he's able to score in many different positions and situations. So it's not a big problem. The problem is how he's involved in everything. So it's not just score goals. How he plays so good and fight and always has the feeling he can score. That is the most important. Strikers always, when the people were outside, always sometimes you had the feeling, oh, that guy is not going to score a goal for the way he moves, the way he. In some periods you say, oh, if the ball is there, he's going to score a goal. That feeling that we have it now, it has to maintain it for the end of the season. At the end, it's just 2 months. After international break, it's less than 1 month and a half. Finish the season. So that's why you have to, to make the last effort, everybody, to maintain the chances to be close to the end of the old titles as far as possible.
Hi Pep, James Robson, Standard. Vincent Kompany's fit again now. Obviously, his contract is running out. Is it as simple as he needs to stay fit now until the end of the season to get a new contract? Because it would be hard to justify it if he broke down again.
No, I don't think so. So we cannot, I think, value Vincent for example, the last month is fit. When he was 6 months injured, it was not on the last 3-4 years. It happened every season the same. So I think that this will not be the reason why to Vincent stay 1 more year or 2 more years or not. So I think that is not the reason why.
Ilkay Gundogan's another player who's going to be out of contract soon. I think you said you wanted him to stay longer. There are suggestions that he might just wind his contract down now. What can you do to convince him to stay? Because I suppose he's not an automatic first choice in your strongest 11. Maybe he's got to get used to that. What can you do to convince him?
Well, I think Gundo, the first season, could not play because of the tough injury, 6 months, 7 months out. But always when he was able to play a lot of games, he's an incredibly important player. He knows what we want. He knows what we think about him. But the same other cases we spoke in the past, at the end, the last decision is not in our hands. So we try to speak with him. We want him to extend the contract right now. Yesterday would have been better than today, and today better than tomorrow. But if he doesn't want, we cannot do anything else.
You say he knows what you want. Do you know what he wants? Do you know if he wants to stay?
Well, if he won 100%, the deal would have been done.
Yeah.
So if still we are in, I don't know, negotiations because that's not there, it's not here. So I don't know.
He's obviously a player you think a lot of though, because he was your first signing, wasn't he?
When he came here? Yeah, it was one of the best. The first we spoke, but we spoke with John Stones as well, with Aymeric Laporte. The first one was 3 or 4 when we spoke in the first I came here, before I came here.
Hello, Pep. You have mentioned just before that you played 4 games in 11 days, if I'm not wrong. In those kind of periods, what do you think is more important for the team, the legs or the minds?
I think except 1 week, I don't remember. It was not far away, but except 1 week, the last 3 months or 3 months and a half, we play every 3 days. So like Chelsea, for example, and Tottenham, when after Crystal Palace defeat, it was the same. So it's what it is. So what do you have to do? So speak with the players, eat, rest and training, insist a lot on that, the 3 more basic things, and try to rotate the team and try to, because everybody was involved in all competitions, and all the players play a lot of minutes, and that's all, and fresh and do it.
So you think that it's more important for the players to have like a fresh mind or fresh legs?
Both, they are connected. Really connected. So, but always I think when you are strong here, it's much better than be strong in your legs. So, but both are connected.
Hi Pep, Simon Bykowski from the Manchester Evening News. You said that Vincent Kompany can just come straight into the team and play at a high level. Is Gabriel Jesus the sort of player that can come straight in at Bournemouth?
Yeah, definitely. But Gabriel was not to stop it. Was not without training like Vincent. When I said it was 10 days or 12 days from Gabriel. Gabriel is a young player. He's incredible, strong. So Beanie was 2 months or 2 months and a half. It's a little bit different. Every player needs sometimes more. A little bit time. Is like Sterling. I put the example of Bernardo, or even Riyad on Leroy didn't need too much to be fit immediately. So, but Vincent is a strength because he's big, he's massive, and maybe you need more time. But immediately he's involved and he play a high level.
With Gabriel coming back, is there any risk that he might aggravate what he's had?
No, I don't think so.
No.
If would risk and he will not travel to Bournemouth. It's with the doctors and himself yesterday, the day before, and yesterday training say he feels good, perfect.
Last one with Paul, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. Paul Hurst from the Times. You've had a couple of midweeks free, or you got midweek free next week. Why haven't you kind of gone away to Abu Dhabi like you did last season? Is it because you kind of need to separate?
When you have 10 or 15 days, yeah, but have 6 days, 7 days. So no way, impossible. No, we don't have time to go there.
And you yourself, how do you kind of switch off during this period when there's so much pressure on?
When it's possible here in England, so Liverpool have done twice and many teams have done that. But it's normal. But we are in all competition, so we have time. So once you arrive there, 7 hours or 7.5 hour fly, and after 2 days to come back is no sense. So we have 10 or 15 days, okay, you can do it, but in this kind of short period. And of course now it's coming important periods, because after these 2 games in Premier League, I said to play as many times, you have 21 days until the next game in Fulham, against Fulham. So we have 2 finals, in Champions League and a cup, to reach quarterfinals or reach semi-finals. And I don't want to give 3 or 4 or 5 days. 2 it's enough to don't drop too much the tension. What do you need to be focused and what do you have to do? Thank you guys.